Okay. When I made a video, I had 2 people off a reciprocal hospitality site stay with me. Now, the other guy, I wish I would have let him talk more about, what I'm going to ask this gentleman, about. And I'll show you his bike. There's my bike, and I'll show you that in a second. But, yeah, I just want to get some of Bob's thoughts on, let him, he'll introduce himself.
Hello, I am Bob, and I am biking from Seattle to New York. And I was fortunate enough to be able to stay here with John in Cleveland. I've been using warm showers, and it's been great. I've been staying with people in all sorts of cities, all sorts of towns, all the way across the U.S., and it's been really fun. It's been a highlight of the trip, has been meeting the people that I've been staying with. Yeah, it's been fun.
Now this, I do not, is this a long haul trucker?
It is. It's a Surly long haul trucker. Very, very popular in Seattle.
And what makes, why do all the main touring people use this particular bike?
Well, it's fairly affordable, and it's just a well-built bike. It's steel. It's got the longer wheelbase, so when I put my bags on there, it handles like a dream. It actually handles, I feel like it handles better when it's loaded than when I'm just riding it around, with nothing on there. It's got a lot of clearance, so my feet don't hit the bags when I'm pedaling.
And that's all been planned in when they built that.
Yeah,
See,
so the chainstay is longer than like a standard bike. It's built out to handle the load, and so when it has the load on there, it handles very nicely. And I had one flat tire. That's the only problem I've had.
Now hold on. I'm doing this for effect.
Yeah.
Now you're telling me you rode from Seattle, Washington to Cleveland, Ohio, and you've only had one flat?
And I will tell you that, and I will tell you that the flat was in Canada, and I was only in Canada for one day. And so out of my 52 days, I've had 51 in the U.S., no flats, one day in Canada, and I got a flat tire. So
I hear that, my Canadian friend?
Yeah, exactly.
I have a couple friends. Go ahead.
Knock on wood.
That's amazing. And you have Tuffy liners? You've just been lucky.
No, that's funny that you mentioned that, because the reason I got the flat was because of the Tuffy liners. Ooh. So I put the Tuffy liners in before I left because I didn't want to get any flats.
Okay.
And when I got the flat in Canada, I took it off, took the tube out, checked to see where the puncture was, and the puncture was right where the liner overlaps. It started rubbing, and I could see the imprint of the Tuffy liner, and right on that imprint was the hole, and it was on right where the liner was. So the thing I got to prevent the flats gave me a flat. And so then I took them out, and I said, I'm going to take my chances. And actually, when I got into Medora, North Dakota, right outside Teddy Roosevelt National Park, I had to get a new rear tire because my tread was running thin.
Because of the weight, right?
Because of the weight, and because it was on the bike for 2 years before I even started the tour.
Okay.
And so I had a new tire, and I got the Schwalbe Marathon tires, which apparently are extraordinarily puncture resistant.
Huh.
And so a lot of people who are touring run those, and so I decided, you know what, I'll just get that, and knock on wood again, no flats in the back.
Wow.
Yeah.
The other thing that I just want to bring up from my own thought process, these are called drop bars, and a lot of people, you'll see, mountain bike people, they'll swear by the crossbars because it switches the weight back. But notice what he did. He has, I'm assuming you have a spacer in there?
Yeah, but that came with that. It came like that, but it is in there.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And the drop bars are nice. Just I can vary my position. If I had to sit the same way for, I'm biking 8 hours a day, it's nice. I sit like this, sit like this, sit like this. Just vary up my back angle. Keep things moving around.
Wow. All right, I'll try and keep this under 5 minutes. Anything else that?
Well, here's I don't know if you're interested in this. This is the USB charger.
Okay.
From the hub down there.
Okay.
And the light here. So all of those things are sort of interconnected. The hub.
Talk a little bit about that hub and what it's called.
That's the Schmidt-Son 28 dyno hub.
Dyno hub.
And it's a generator basically. And so this light up here is wired to that hub, and so the wheel spins, powers the light, powers the rear light, and then this little cable here goes up to the USB charger, which charges my cell phone.
Wow.
As I'm pedaling, which has been great for using GPS and sort of navigational purposes.
What kind of bike is that?
Long haul trucker, Surly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
and in Seattle, there people use them for commuting all the time, and just for commuter bikes. Yeah, so it's been great.
What kind of bags are those?
The Ortlieb roller. I mean, everyone they're the same. Everyone in Seattle has a Surly, and everyone has these waterproof Ortlieb bags. So I had the back bags. I got the front rack and the front bags for the trip.
I
But
see.
this stuff I use that in the city all the time. The back bags and
Get
everything.
one of those generators.
Yeah, they're pricey, but they are. I mean, it's been great. The hub itself was probably like $230 just for the hub.
Before it was spoked, right?
Yeah, yeah. That
Okay.
was. I mean, that's just the hub, and then you got to build a wheel around it, and then. But it's been. Yeah, I've been very happy with it. I've only had it, 4 months, but so far, so good. I mean, it's called a Dynamo hub, but the brand is Schmidt. They're from Germany. And there's a couple places online. This guy in New Hampshire, Peter White Cycles, if you should Google it, that's the guy you're gonna find because he is the importer. He imports all of this stuff from Germany and then distributes it out to different resellers in the U.S.
Wow.
So if you look it up, there's one guy in Germany who brings it all in and kind of distributes it out, and his name's Peter White, and he's kind of like the big knowledge base. His website's full of all sorts of knowledge about all sorts of dyno hubs and lighting and all sorts of stuff.
Those Germans make great stuff, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, they know how to build their machines. That's for sure.
All right. Well, that's all I. You have anything? Yes. Thanks, Bob, for doing that.
Yeah, no
It's very-
problem. Thank you for hosting me and being part of my trip. It's been great.
I just want to make one point. Because I'm, I was raised Eastern European. That you don't ask for things. And I was staying with a host in Tennessee, and he said to me, John, when you stay at someone's house, don't think that you're taking. Look at it as you're giving.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just
Yeah, it's funny because when I first started thinking about this trip, same thing, but it is a mutual process. It's not just me staying here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the conversation that we're both having. Yeah, it's definitely a two-way street, or you wouldn't be doing it.
right. And it motivates, just like, it motivates me to, maybe do a little,
Exactly.
You
get lots of knowledge, so it's been great.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.